Hello! Today's video will be a basic introduction to Canvas and the structure of Canvas that you may find in one of your online classes. So Canvas is Saginaw Valley's learning management system and is most likely where you will be completing the majority of your coursework for your online class. To access Canvas, there are two easy ways to get to it. The first is simply typing in to your search bar Canvas, canvas.svsu.edu, and clicking enter, and that'll take you directly to Canvas. Or if you go to the SVSU website at svsu.edu and click on Quick Links in the upper right hand corner, there is an option to get to Canvas. When you first open Canvas, it'll come to your dashboard. Your dashboard will have all your courses that you are signed up for. On the right of your dashboard, you will see a big to-do list, which will have assignments and their due dates listed out. You'll have coming up, which is more assignments and due dates that'll be listed out. And at the bottom, you'll have recent feedback, which is recent graded assignments and their score that you can click on and get more information about. On the left-hand side, there's the navigation bar, which will allow you to access different features of Canvas. If you ever need to get back to your dashboard, there's a button for that. There's a button for your courses. If you wanted to access courses and you weren't on your dashboard already, there's like a shortcut. If for some reason one of your classes that you signed up for isn't appearing in this list, if you click on all courses, every course that you are signed up for will appear, and if it doesn't have an orange star next to it, if it's a transparent star, that means it won't appear in your dashboard by default. So you can just click on the star, and when you go back to your dashboard, now the course will be there. If you're signed up for any groups in your class, you will be able to access your groups by clicking on the group button in the navigation, and it'll display a list of groups you are signed up for. The next option is your calendar. The calendar will display all your assignments and due dates automatically on your calendar, so that's very helpful for keeping track of when things are due. Lastly, there is the inbox. Your inbox is where your professors can send you announcements, either individually or as an entire class, and you can also respond to them or send a message to your professor or other student in the class with a question or anything else you may need to talk about. So it's important to note that every class that you'll have may be laid out slightly differently, and today I'm just going to give you an example of a basic course layout that you might see in a class. However, just know that there's no one right way that classes should be organized, so you might see it a little different, but all the same basic features will still be there probably. So when you open a Canvas course, you'll most likely be brought to a home page of some sort that might have the name of a course, the message to students, might have a link to the syllabus somewhere, information like that. On each course, there's a left-hand navigation bar to different features of the course. In this particular course, the announcement tab, that is where if a professor sends an announcement out, it won't only go to the inbox, but it'll also go to the announcement tab, so you'll be able to access announcements from there. If your professor chooses to lay out his or her course by modules, then you will see the option to go to modules. So if you click on modules, it'll bring up the structure of the course, so you can click on the first module. Usually it'll probably be like an introduction that might have the syllabus and information about the course and a structure of how the course is going to be. And then the first module will have the different assignments that will be required for that module, and you can work your way through the course that way. Another important tab on the left side here is grades. That'll of course be where your grades are displayed for your course. And there's a people tab, which will show you who else is in your course with you. You can click on them, get their email address. The Conferences tab, which if faculty members choose to use conferences, then you will get to them through that tab. The chat function, similar. It's a chat window, which if the faculty member chooses to use the chat bar, then you will access it from here. And lastly, there's an option for Echo 360. If your professor chooses to use Echo 360 to create video lectures, then you can access them from that bar on the left, or they might put them in the modules themselves. In that case, you would not need to access it from there. So that's a very brief introduction on the basic layout of a Canvas course and how to access Canvas. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, that each course is going to be different and might be laid out slightly differently. This is just one way to do it. So be sure to take some time to get familiar with how each course is laid out and practice using the different features on Canvas. And if you have any specific questions for your course, be sure to reach out to your specific professor.